Hello everybody, it is Friday the 18th of February. I want to talk about again creating, and about the mistake of linear thinking, because this matrix, the all, that out of which we create our reality, is not linear. We are creating linear paths, and in a way that's a good thing. I mean, we have to, because you cannot be all possibilities. You have to make a choice of what you want to be, or what you want this to be. So that's creating order out of chaos, and by that you create a linear path. But the future is still all possibilities. Up to this point, what is now, you have created a linear path out of your choices. But the future is still all possibilities, because it has not yet been created. Now, the way that we do this, and there is where we're being led. There's this word going around, mainstream news, mainstream narratives. Those are the narratives in which we are enslaved, if we allow ourselves to be enslaved in those narratives. And they can take different forms. But what they all have in common is they have a set outcome. Yeah? So you are being guided toward a set outcome. So out of all possibilities, which the future are, they are setting one outcome, and then they lead you on the path to it. And mainstream's thinking, politics are creating a mainstream at the moment. Climate change narrative creates a stream in which you think, according to which you are looking around yourself, looking for signs that would give strength to this narrative, and you are acting accordingly. And in that, you become a creator inside of that stream. So climate change, the coronavirus narrative, created a stream that people are now living in. They're living in fear in that stream, and it is creating their reality. You have people like David Icke, who has created a stream for the last 30 years, I think. I'm telling you that is the outcome, and then you can see the steps on the way. He's created a stream toward that outcome. And then he says, the elites really fear me. No, they don't. You're doing the dirty work for them. You're making it a reality in the minds of the people, and they're living in that stream. Because now he's turning around and saying, well, you have free will. You should now go up against that stream that I've so carefully created for the last 30 years. Complete waste of energy. No, do not go up against. Don't try now to swim back up that stream. No good. What we must understand is, as I said, the way that we create a linear path, which is the narrow band that we're on, which is order out of chaos, good or bad. But, it creates a narrative that you can live in. You can't live in all possibilities. So that took you up to this place, which is a linear path that took you up to now. And here we come to the power of now. Now is the most powerful place. It is, but only if you understand it correctly. Because now is the end of creation. This is it. Every now that you're in, creation is finished. And every next moment that you don't yet know is, again, all possibilities. So instead of going back up, go forward, keep going forward, but know that what brought you up to this place Well, the past is of use because it should have taught you something. You know, you've done things, they had good outcomes, they had bad outcomes. So you should have some knowledge of, what you shouldn't do. So in that, the past is of help. It brought you to this point, to the mess that you're in at the moment. But from now onwards, what happened before has absolutely no power, even now has no power over what happens next. What happens next is completely and utterly independent of anything that happened before. And that is what Jesus said, that he said the Father gives and in him there is no judgment. So he does not judge the path that you were on. You have free will at this moment. And if you believe on now, on this moment, that is to say, you look at your finances, you look on the situation you're in, you look at, you need your job, you need to stay in your job, you need the money, you are imprisoned in all of these things that you need. And then again, out of that perception that has power over you at this moment, you choose your next step. That is what, according to where I'm now, what do I need next? And then you stay on the linear path of what is actually possible. But at this moment, you could stand here and say, okay, this is where I ended up. I no longer want to be on this path. I need something, a completely new possibility. And there you set yourself onto a new path. And this is what you can do now. That is the power of now. That is the power where you can say, at this moment, everything is possible. And I can set myself onto a completely new path. And what is at this moment in time has got no power over me whatsoever. This is creation finished. What happens next could be anything. And that is at every moment of your life where you can make that decision, have that thought. As I said, what you had learned from now should kind of serve you as to the next decisions that you make. But ask for that, the path that you want to be on, ask for that to be given. And it will be given, if you know it. So, as I said, the main thing is get out of the mainstreams. Get out of the mainstreams that say all these things must come to pass. And if you look very carefully, you will see every step on the way. Listen, if you look very carefully at the things in this world, you can find just about anything. And you will find something that will strengthen your narrative. You will. But, as I said, there is no set future. You were never on a set path. You've created this path. And as I said, it is what we must do. We cannot live in all possibilities. It's impossible. So we need to create a narrative to live in. But you are always surrounded by all possibilities, and whatever happens from now, from this moment of now, is not set in stone. In a way, once we create a reality, we set it in stone, we make it solid. But it is always in a field that is completely fluid. And every next moment is again going into that fluid field of all possibilities. And that's where your freedom is. Nothing has to happen unless you believe it will. And don't let your circumstance now or what they tell you will happen must happen in the future. Don't make them believe you on something, make you believe on something that you don't want, but it is set in stone, you must go there. That's a lie. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.